of Up Next, the podcast where we tell you who's up next in youth sports. Always talking basketball stuff. Um, we got a special guest today, but first, of course, I'm Jamal Murphy. Got my co-host extraordinaire Khalid Green in the house. What's up, man?
Peace, man. Just happy to be here. Friday, sunny day in Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly. Sunny. It was raining earlier, so I don't know.
No,
It switched quick.
yeah.
Um, so like I said, we got a special guest bringing you one of the best youth basketball players in the nation right now. He showed that at Peace Jam. He went off, and, for people who hadn't heard of him yet, nationally, uh, Christian Jeffrey at Peace Jam. He averaged 18, 5, and 3. Was a workhorse, leader of the team. Did his thing. Um, he's he's currently at Bishop Loughlin. Plays for New Heights Lightning, and we just want to talk to him and see what's going on with him. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good, good. So we'll start. I just want to start um, with the EYBL Peace Jam performance, the summer performance in general. I mean, I've been watching you the last couple of years at Loughlin, and always liked your game. So it wasn't really a surprise that you did your thing at Peace Jam, but I'm sure you got some attention from it. What was that experience like?
It was a great experience because, like, Coach Green was trying to tell me to reclass. If I reclass, I'm gonna be a dog. I
Hmm.
was not listening. So now when I finally did and I listened, I would realize like the whole time he was right.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, you look like even in the 16s, you look like a man amongst boys out there. But at the same time, very very unselfish. Very you could tell you're a real team player. It wasn't all about scoring. You did a little of everything. So, um, I don't see too many holes in your game. But you mentioned the reclass thing. Tell us about that. You got some changes of plans uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna
coming up.
reclass class 2025.
Hmm.
Work on my game more before I go to college, so I
Hmm.
can be prepared more.
And are you doing that? You gonna do that somewhere else?
Yeah,
Could you tell us about that
tell you where
if you want?
I'm gonna be reclassing. I'm gonna be attending Mount Zion Prep in Maryland, Lanham, Maryland. But that's gonna be what my next step gonna be. Work hard, new home.
Now tell me about that decision. You said you mentioned it. Coach Green had been trying to get you to make a decision like that earlier, but you didn't want to do it. And I'm wondering, like, was it a tough decision? I mean, I know you're born and raised in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
You were repping Brooklyn hard at Bishop Loughlin, doing your thing. Was it a tough decision to not only reclassify but to take it to prep school?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough decision because I love Logan. Like, because they were trying to give me a lead for the last 2 years. Like, I wouldn't buy into it. Like, now I realize the best thing for me to do is lead.
Why you say that in terms of why you say it's the best?
Because, like, in practice, like, I'm not being like pushed to my highest. So like, I'm not getting better as a player, basically.
Hmm. And I mean, this is the route that most kids take nowadays. Um, you
And
know,
and Jamal, what a lot of people don't know is Chris is only 16 years old. So he when you turn 17 in October,
October 6th.
yeah, October 6th. So, you know, in this day and time to graduate as a 17-year-old is crazy. You
Or
know, even when he reclasses, he's gonna be younger than a lot of guards in his class. Some of the top guards still in his class. So that says a lot.
what was it about Mount Zion that you liked?
the coaching styles. They said the ball gonna be in my hands. And that's all I need to hear. They're gonna let me watch out, and they're gonna push me until I succeed.
What's it gonna be like being away from home?
Honestly, it's gonna feel good. Honestly,
You
being
know,
away from trenches gonna feel
uh,
good. Ain't nothing, everything better than being a hit.
I hear you. I hear you. So basketball wise, um, of course, talking about improving your game, getting better.
Mhm.
What are the areas of your game that you feel like that you want to work on to start with, or that you feel that you identified as like, yo, I want to, I need to get better at this.
I need to shoot the ball more, way more.
Hmm.
After I shoot the ball more, I'm good. Shoot the ball
Hmm.
more, and I want to get faster.
Now shoot the ball more. Like I could tell you can shoot. So why do what do you think? What do you think has held you back from shooting more? Like what do you think you have to improve in that area?
Cause like I'm so good at attacking to the basket, so on my mindset, I'm trying to go to the basket every time. But then
Hmm.
I know on a college level I can't do that all the time, so I'm trying to improve my jump shot.
Right. Keep them honest.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Jamal, I think if once Chris, because I know how he has a very good work ethic. So once he gets in an environment where he's able to really, get his reps up and get confident shooting the three ball, I think the sky's the limit for him.
facts.
Now you mentioned getting better. I mean, you have obviously gotten better each year.
Facts.
Where what were you most happy about getting better from sophomore to junior year?
You said most happy?
Yeah.
My skill set. Cause like sophomore year, like basically like I ain't have like moves really to like so I could get to the basket. So now I got moves to get to the basket. So like it made it way more. It made it way more easier to score.
Hmm. And just going back to that to Peace Jam, because it was like I said, I was able to everybody was able to watch it streaming. It was like a big deal. It was on ESPN. It was on NBA TV. You had like LeBron coaching. You had all these all these NBA players were out there. What was that experience like from that party? Just taking away just from what you did on the court, but like what was that experience like? Going through all that.
Me playing against LeBron, like it felt good. 'Cause, like I saw him like before the game started, telling his players that they gotta guard me a lot. So like when I saw that, that's when I realized like yeah, like I'm nice at this game.
Right. So you had because you were already a confident player. But going through Catholic school league in New York, you got to be confident to be one of the top players doing that. So doing that in front of LeBron, in front of at Peace Jam, you feel like your confidence is even higher now.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, in terms of so now you go into the next stage, prep school. Obviously, you talked about college. What do you like? What are your dreams in terms of that next level? Like, is there I mean, you got a long way to go in terms of choosing a school or something like that. But like, is there a school you always wanted to go to? Is there a league you always wanted to play in? Like, what do you envision for that
Uh,
next level?
I want to go to Alabama.
Really?
Yeah, I want to go to Alabama
Okay. Why Alabama?
because they guards play freely. Really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like they like that run and gun, shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons you're gonna shoot more. You're gonna you're gonna step that part up
Facts.
for NATO's. Okay, I hear you.
And since since his performances in EYBL and Peach, like I know I've heard from like ACC schools, Big East schools, so they're gonna be coming out big time.
Yeah, and if you change your mind about Alabama, I've always grew up a Big East fan, so don't be don't shut it off. You can stay close to home. You know what I'm saying? could play in the Garden in the Big East tourney. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You never know. Uh, what have you been doing to improve your game? Like in terms of like, what's your workout regimen? What's your like who like who do you attribute your improvement to? Who's been important in your development?
Uh, humble development, Justin. Like
Hmm.
like 3 weeks before PGN, me and him locked in. Like I told him, yo, like I got PGN coming up, we got locked in, and he said, "I bet I got you." So 3 weeks before PGN started, me and him just been in the gym every day, consistently getting better.
Hmm. And that helped you.
Yeah, a lot.
And
Yeah,
what's yeah,
Justin is one of the, to me, he's one of the best trainers out here
Facts.
with Humble Development. He does a great job with all the kids, and he really knows them. So like he'll cater his workouts to a certain kid. He's not just out there freestyling. So I'm sure with Chris, I saw some of Chris's workouts. He's doing workouts just that are catered for Chris, and
right.
then you know what I mean, and that's important. You know, coming from a trainer. So he shout out to Just.
Yeah, shout out to Justin, friend, my guy Justin. Also, obviously been on the show before.
Indeed.
So that's a good look. What's your like daily routine like in terms of working out? Like what time you got to get up? What time we work out? How many times a day do you work out? How many times a
Oh,
week? Like that.
twice a day. I
Mm-hmm.
try twice a day. So the first one would just probably be at like 9 or 9:30, and then I
Mm-hmm.
go again probably like at like 4. Yeah. How many times a week? 5,
Mm-hmm.
5, and then I take Saturday and Sunday off for like for like just to just to get shots up.
And what like how long you been at this? Like when was it when you first felt like oh, I could do this at a high level, like I could be nice
Really?
at basketball?
At the PG.
Nah, but I mean you were nice before that.
I know I was nice, but I was New York City nice. You feel me?
So when did you like go back? I'm talking about as like a young kid. Like how old were you when you started playing ball?
6, 7.
So when did you feel like you were good right away, or is there a point where you were like, oh, I could be good?
Now I feel like I was good, but then when I reached high school, I was only like good in New York City. A lot of guys in New York were like good around the country. You feel me? So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I just improved on a big stage. Now I know like I could do this.
How do you? So now that you're taking it, I mean, you're already now you're gonna be nationally known, or you are already after Peace Jam. But now you're gonna be in Maryland playing ball.
Hmm.
What it what are you gonna take from growing up in Brooklyn and playing in New York and playing against New Yorkers? Like what about that you think it helps your game in the long run?
So everybody is not from Brooklyn, is not from the trenches. So like all I know is like being tough, being tough all day. Having heart. I'm not scared of nobody. I'm not backing down for nobody anytime I play. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's all.
And is that something like when you started playing at 6 or 7? Did you come into the game with that toughness, or did you have to learn that?
Nah, I came into it like that.
Came into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
From
so
the
Chris
trenches, I can't be scared of nobody.
Chris started playing with us, I think, around 11 years old, and he had that same mentality. Like he actually played against us with Brooklyn Bridge,
Facts.
and he smoked us. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I told my boy who was my coach at the time for Brooklyn Bridge, Deshaun, and my boy Cheese. Shout out to the Lobster. I said we got to get him, man, and we did, and like he's like my nephew, and like he's right. Like there's nobody tougher than Chris at the point guard position. Some guys might be more talented, but they won't look talented on that given day when he's playing, because he's
right,
tougher than everybody. He knows that he's a competitor, and that's what you're gonna get when you get Chris.
Khalid, when like what are you most proud of, and where do you see the most growth? Knowing him that long, you're watching his growth all these years.
Just that, I'm proud that he's taking this next step. He's right. He's one thing I respect about Chris. He has his own mind, so you gotta keep pushing him to do certain things. But that's good though. That means he has a level of self confidence about himself, and I think that this will add to his maturity. He's still got to mature off the court like all youth, but I think he's heading in the right direction. He is from the trenches, so he embodies that. His mom's very supportive. His brothers, his cousins, very supportive. So they all are down with this decision that he's making. And again, this is, we all just a village just supporting Chris. At the end of the day, this is his show. And like when we'll get the schedule, we'll pull up to his games and root him on. I'll be working the phone. I told Chris I'll be working the phones and talking to a lot of coaches. So he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. And like I said, I put Chris in 2025. I put Chris up against anybody.
Mm. I hear that. Speaking of that, like I'll take a look at the rankings, and I always wonder why. I always felt like you could be up in that mix. Is that something you care about at all? I mean, you're gonna be up in them this next when they come out next, but is that something you even cared about?
No, I ain't really care about it because like I played a lot of top guys and they just regular guys. There's nobody. Only guy that was really different I played was Cooper Flag. That's why. Everybody else was like regular guys.
So I gotta ask you. So you brought it up. I gotta ask you about that. I watched that game, and I watched him, and he is real. What was it about his game? Like what do you like about his game? Why you think he's a real one?
So like he's 6'9". Even if he's not scoring, he playing D. Like he rebounding, getting blocks. So like he don't have to score to impact the game. That's the main thing I like about his game.
Right. And you guys were in that game.
Yeah, we was
easily. Is that that was a tough one? That was a tough L?
Tough one. That 3 tough 3.
Yeah. No, I hear you. You got anything else, Khalid?
Nah, just like I said, we appreciate the time that Chris had at Bishop Loughlin. We still, respect, have love for Bishop Loughlin, not personal, but we got to do what's best for Chris at this point.
Always.
And shout out to Munchie and the whole Chris clan.
No doubt, man. Definitely appreciate you coming on. It's been this is Christian Jeffrey. He'll be attending Mount Zion, I guess in the fall. Like I said, he had a monster summer for EYBL, and he said he used to be just local NYC. That's not the case anymore. Say goodbye to that title. You national now. Congratulations on everything, and I know more and more is coming. We'll be watching. We'll be rooting for you. Thanks again, man.
Thanks for having me.
Great.